I'm working as data analyst, manager in IT company.
An internship.
Tax consultant.
Joined a bakery.
I work in AI.
I'm a recruiter. Au pair year here in Germany, exactly in Berlin.
Doing my PhD now.
When moving to Germany, one of the biggest things to consider is working in Germany as a foreigner. How does the work-life balance compare to where you're from, to Germany? For you guys, how different is work in Germany from where you're from?
It's very, very different. In Pakistan, life is very hard. And weather is also very hard in summer. But here, you are working in Germany, it's cool.
Not so big difference. The biggest difference is a language. You should speak, in my sphere, I work in IT sphere, you should speak in English, in German. You should forget about Russian. It's the biggest change or challenge for me to start to work here.
For example, like here, there's a lot of flexibility with like the time you go in and out of office, or it's less hours too.
Yeah.
And there's like a balance between work and life.
For me, the work-life balance is really good. Yeah, when you compare with my country.
It's more multicultural from like where I live here, actually, in Munich.
Most direct comparison, because it has to do with workers' rights in the country. Because in Korea you have, within your salary contract, you have things that are kind of unwritten as far as overtime pay and mandatory overtime, as well as lots of cultural, pressure from your higher-ups.
Yeah.
That one common thing, especially in bigger companies, is that if your higher-up is not leaving the work, you're not allowed to leave as well. So if your higher-up is there until 8 p.m. and maybe he had a bad fight with his wife or something and he doesn't want to go back home, then you're stuck there.
Yes, you have to work on your hours, 8 hours per day. In Pakistan, it's long working day.
I think what I feel is that the work-life balance is so, I think, more secure and structurized here in Germany as compared to India. Yeah.
Paraguay, normally people start working at 8 and end it like on 6 or 6.5. Sometimes even more.
Right.
It depends on the position, but it's normally at least 12 hours per day.
In Russia, we really look at the work experience. But here, I would say it's more formal. So you need to have either a diploma or something, a certificate or something like that. So that could be a difference between us.
For me, I'm working in the industry for like 7 to 8 years in Germany, and for me, it's much more different where I was in Pakistan. Even I was working for a German company, but the working hours, the work-life balance was completely based on my country. But here, I learn in a hard way that don't sit at home, don't sit in office after 6 p.m. or 7 p.m. You have to balance your life, which is pretty good. And also, if I compare it with the US or the UK culture environment, that's completely different than this European Union, especially Germany or Netherlands or Switzerland.
It's so much different than here, because I feel like in the US there is a lot of money exchange, but in a way that nobody will help you if you don't pay them. And here it's more like people care about you, so it's like a mutual, back and forth help.
I think the biggest difference is that in Korea you're not allowed to take longer vacations. You're only allowed to take 2-3 days off at most, because the idea is that if you take a long time off, then you're kind of useless to the company if everything runs fine without you. So there's that kind of pressure, whereas in Germany you commonly see in July and August everybody's off because they're off going vacation with their children or something. And lots of companies, of course, would like their employees to stay, but because they have the right to take vacation whenever they want, however long they want, as long as they have those days accrued, they can do it. And I think that makes the biggest difference.
Overall, I like it that I can go for my daily activities and also work in a balanced way, which I couldn't think in my country, because I remember I used to come from home like 2 a.m. Sometime 1 midnight as well if there are deadline. But here I would not even open my notification if I'm not obliged to do some contractual work where I have to be like 24/7 hours, which is not my case. So I'm happy about this.
Show to the world how is the technique of hunting.
Yeah, so basically, how we find people use the algorithm, right? So you cannot spot a German. I said this so many times, and all the comments like, oh, how do you, find out? Or this, you have to use the ears. And I found out the Germans are speaking English now, so it's now caught me off bloody guard. How different is the wages from Paraguay to Germany?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I did an internship in Paraguay too, more hours.
Uh-huh.
Nothing was paid. And here I do less hours and everything's paid.
That's crazy. Is that quite common in Paraguay?
Yes, it is. It's actually super weird to have a paid internship.
Huge difference. Huge difference. You are earning here 2,000 euros, and in Pakistan you are earning sometimes not too good.
Right.
You are earning one labor he earns 1,700 euros. In Pakistan it's 200 per month. 200
Yo.
or 300. It's very big. Yes,
That's
because
crazy.
yeah.
Here my wage is higher, but I would say that if you take into consideration taxes, it's maybe similar. Also take into consideration the cost of life. Yeah, more or less it's comparable.
If you are in a field where they have a lot of money, then you can expect to have a pretty decent living. But there's also a lot of abuse in terms of how PhDs generally, you kind of only do it if you really like the field and you really want to see yourself dedicating to the field. And there's a lot of exploitation in that regard within the field.
What advice would you give to someone from Russia wanting to move to Germany? What would you say to them? To work here as well, yeah.
Oh. Not be so afraid if you have a good profession. You would like to live here with a family, yeah, you could make this attempt. I could advise not to worry about language and so on.
I think Germany is sort of, being more welcoming towards skilled workers. So I would really, language is one, German language, or second, or English. So I would suggest people to really work on their languages and then just look for opportunities here. Just, try to, look for opportunities and make everything click.
And it's funny because I'm a recruiter and I'm actually recruiting people like her, so in data science or software development. And yeah, they come from really all over the world at the moment. Of course, it depends on the company, if they speak English or not. If it's a German-based company, that it's possible to have a very multicultural attitude and invite everybody in. But in general, I think it's a really good area to be moving to Germany for.
I will say first learn German,
Right, okay.
or at least some, because it's very important. Like if you want to integrate in the life. I am not an expert in German, but I am learning every day more.
Yeah.
Our brain sometimes is like in English and in Spanish, and then it's in German. And I also speak Portuguese, so it's like, ugh.
Sphere of medicine, that there is a lack of doctors here, lack of medical employees.
Yeah.
So there's plenty of room for job here.
Pleasure, man. You've done so well. Oh my God, honestly, thank you so much. Absolute pleasure, first and foremost. Thank you so much. It's been an absolute pleasure. Honestly, absolute pleasure. You've done so much pleasure meeting you guys. It's so good to meet Russians. It's been a pleasure. Thank you. Dankeschön. Massive thanks to everyone that appeared on this episode. My question to you Germans that are probably living across another country, how is the work life different from where you're from? And also massive thank you. I just realised we hit 20,000 subscribers. That's pretty crazy in a very short amount of time. So massive thanks from us guys, and bis später to Frankfurt. Ciao.
Ciao, ciao.